The Powertac E9R Tactical Flashlight. Direct to strobe with the push of a button, rechargeable, 2550 lumens, and a lot more. So we're going to walk you through the unboxing of the Powertac E9R Gen 4. So to start off, this is a 2550 lumen output on this flashlight. You have an on-off button, a secondary mode button, your direct strobe feature, your 5 light modes and strobe, and your magnetic and micro USB rechargeable features. If you'll notice, you have your FO1 standard max 2550 lumens, your max runtime of 1200 hours, your max throw, or the distance this beam will be visible, which is 197 meters, your FO1 standard, which is impact resistant up to 2 meters. That means if you drop this flashlight up to 2 meters, it should easily absorb that amount of impact. Lastly, you have your FO1 standard waterproof submersible rating, which is an IPX8 rating. That means up to 2 meters, this light is waterproof and submersible. We proudly brandish our packaging with the no-hassle lifetime warranty backed by Powertac. Lastly, you'll see that we have a micro USB rechargeable and a magnetic charging feature. Moving on to the side of the package, you'll see what's included in your purchase, which is your E9R G4 flashlight, your 18650 3200 milliamp high discharge lithium cell, your USB magnetic charge cable, your engineered plastic holster, your spare O-rings, your lanyard, and your instruction manual. You'll also see that in addition to the 18650 high discharge lithium cell that we provide, you can use 2 CR123A cells. You'll also see available accessories such as our light filters in red, blue, and green, our Picatinny rifle mounts, and lastly our remote pressure switches, available for the E9R Gen 4. Now on the back of the light, you'll see some of the things that we're going to go over here in a moment, but when you charge your light, you're going to see a red indicator light on your charging indication port. You'll see a blue light emit when the light is actually fully charged. You'll see your direct to strobe or your mode function switch or function button right here on the tail cap. You'll see your pressure sensitive rear on off button on the rear of the tail cap. You'll see your heavy duty reversible belt clip. You'll see your magnetic charging port, your crenulated striking bezel, your anti-fog coated waterproof sealed glass, your machined aircraft aluminum with an anti-slip knurling. You'll also see your magnetic charging port and the illustration of the micro USB port. Now with this flashlight, this light operates with a Cree XHP50 white LED. You can again use 2 CR123A cells or an 18650 high discharge cell like the one we provide. You'll have your dimensions listed here, your weight without the battery, and then if you look down here, this is the interesting part of this packaging. We proudly demonstrate and write out what the performance of this flashlight is. There's no guesswork as far as what you get with the Powertac product. So if you're using the 18650 cell, you'll see with our Firefly setting at 0.64 lumens, you have about 50 days runtime. With the low output, or 71 lumens, you'll have 20.9 hours of runtime. On medium, 270 lumens, 5.7 hours of runtime. High, 1135 lumens with 2.11 hours of runtime. And on turbo, 2550 lumens with 2.02 hours of runtime. Lastly, you have strobe, which will output 790 lumens for 4.81 hours. Now, that is all with the 18650 cell provided. Depending on the cells you run, you have a 2 CR123A option, and you can again believed to have 64 lumens for 48 days, 71 lumens for 10.68 hours, 270 lumens for 4.2 hours, 980 lumens for 1.24 hours. You will not be able to use turbo mode with most CR123A cells, and you will also have your 790 lumens of strobe output for 4.4 hours. Now let's go ahead and unbox the Powertac E9R. So as soon as you unbox your flashlight, you'll see what comes in the packaging here. You'll have your packaging, you'll have your tray, and then you'll have your manual here. Inside of this little folder, go ahead and open this up. You'll have some spare items. You'll also have some documentation. If you look inside, we're going to go ahead and remove this and we'll walk you through what's included. You have the ever popular Powertac stickers. You're going to have some spare products and components for your flashlight, a spare cover for your charging port, spare O-rings, and spare key rings. You're also going to have your Powertac E9R Gen 4 flashlight user manual, which is extremely detailed in documenting the usage, the output, and things of that nature regarding your flashlight, how to charge it. You also are going to have your warranty card, so if you want to request a warranty or how to register your product. Last but not least, you'll have your information regarding your 18650 cell. So the first thing that you should do when you remove your Powertac flashlight from its packaging is remove your tail cap here. You'll find this lithium cell protector. You can go ahead and discard that to the side and then simply put your tail cap back on your flashlight. To walk you through the basic features and functions, this is your rear tail cap and this is your rear on and off switch. You can simply press it momentarily, slightly downward, and you will have what you call a momentary on or momentary off. The length that you hold that down is how long that light will stay illuminated. You can also firmly push it all the way down, which will give you your on and off. When your flashlight is off, this is your direct to strobe feature. So the moment that you push that button, you will have your direct to strobe on the flashlight. If you have the flashlight on and you touch that button once, twice, 3 times, so on and so forth, you will actually change the output settings of the flashlight. So this would be your firefly, your low, your medium, your high, and then your turbo mode. We're going to use firefly for now so it's easier for the video. To turn off your flashlight, again, you would simply press your rear tail cap switch. In addition to the aggressive textured knurling that you'll find here, you'll find that you have your heavy-duty flashlight clip. You can rotate this clip accordingly for how you would wish to orient it with your light's actual buttons and features. You also have your lanyard loop here. You have your magnetic charging port. You have your crenulated bezel and striker. And last, you have your charging port indicator. One of the first things that you're going to instantly notice is the feel, the tactile feel of the textured knurling on the flashlight. It's aircraft grade aluminum and it is very tactical, very tactile. It gives you positive feedback. It is very, very grippy. It's intended that way so that if you're sweating, your palms are sweaty, you have blood on your palms, anything that can affect your grip on this flashlight, this will aid in traction and retaining your flashlight. Also included in your packaging is your holster for your Powertac E9R Gen 4. We're going to put that to the side for now, and we're going to show you how this magnetic charging system works. You'll take your Powertac E9R and you'll plug that into your USB charging port. Once you have your flashlight and you have your magnetic charger, if you simply bring them toward each other, they will actually lock into each other and that will begin charging the flashlight. As this is plugged in, this will illuminate a blue LED so that you can easily use it as a small map light, something to find your flashlight with if needed be, or to find that charging port. And then as it's charging, you'll see that as well. The more important thing is on the side of your flashlight here, your E9R G4. This is going to illuminate red as documented in your instruction manual and on the packaging. Once it is illuminating blue, that means that your E9R is fully charged and ready for service. In the off chance that your magnetic charging cable fails, or you just prefer to use a micro USB charger, you can place a small flathead screwdriver underneath this rubber grommet here. And once you get underneath this micro USB magnetic insert, you can simply pull it up, straighten out, and remove the magnetic micro USB insert. Then you will gain access and be able to use your micro USB charger. Now, I've been carrying a Powertac Warrior and an E9R for approximately 3 years, and one of the things that I liked most is this holster design. It's designed with this cutout here, and one of the things that I can do is take my magnetic charging cable and let it charge while it's on my belt, on my person, in my vehicle. I don't have to keep it on a charger. I don't have to remove the battery, put it somewhere, put it on a charger, and then if I get a call, run to the charger, grab it, put the battery in it, turn it back on, put it back in my holster, none of that. It's ready to go. The second I have to leave the vehicle, it simply pulls away from the magnetic charger. Now this holster, when it's not on a belt, when it's not attached to something, you really have to try to get it in and out of this holster. It's actually a really, really stout design. I've never in 3 years had my Warrior come out of my belt one time by accident. So one of the key features of this flashlight is the lanyard loop itself. The lanyard loop is actually attached. It is underneath this knurled threaded cap. It's not going anywhere. It's a solid piece of aluminum, so you know that the lanyard loop is going to be reliable. It's not an afterthought on the tail cap. It's right here. So one of the benefits to that is if you want to keep it around your hand so that if you have to pick something up, you can still have access to your flashlight easily. Another cool thing that a lot of knife guys use, guys with microtechs and striders and cool knives, expensive knives they don't want to lose, is they'll actually keep them in their pocket, not showing, but they'll have their lanyard loop outside of their pocket. So they can easily just kind of pull their flashlight out of their pocket by grabbing their lanyard loop quickly with their hands. You can also easily, if you do it that way, one of the things that guys will teach, or I've taught in the past, is if you grab it twice and pull, you can actually physically get right to the flashlight. It's a little bit weird for you to learn at first, but if it's in your pocket, it will come up every time to where you can easily gain access to it. So it might be something in the future we do a little bit of class or teaching on the lanyard loop. But the one thing that I want to get across to you is this design, this lanyard loop is not going anywhere. It's going to stay attached to your flashlight, and it's going to make sure that you have the flashlight when you need it. Now, in the event that you wish to use your lanyard loop, you would simply attach your lanyard loop as so. But in the event that you want to remove your lanyard loop, you can do so by removing your rear tail cap to your flashlight. You can then gain access to your O-ring. You can remove the battery if you wish. You don't have to. Simply get underneath this O-ring here and gently pull it back. Remove your lanyard loop ring. Remove it, discard it to the side. Go ahead and gently roll your O-ring back onto your flashlight. Make sure that it fits into that groove right there. Replace your 18650 cell, and then go ahead and put your tail cap back onto your flashlight. As always, check operation. So there's a lot of things that we went over on the Powertac E9R, but the one thing that we can't do is you can't reach into the camera lens and feel the texture of the flashlight. You can't feel the quality of the flashlight. You can't tell the difference between this and something else because you don't have it. But the best way that you can look at the quality or the indication is right on our packaging. We guarantee lifetime, no hassle from Powertac, this flashlight and all of our Powertac products. This is a tactical flashlight. I have bet my life personally on my Powertacs for years, and this is something that should be on your duty belt, in your bug out bag, something that you can bet your life on. The Powertac E9R G4. Hey, I hope today's video on the Powertac E9R was both helpful and informative. But in the event that I didn't answer all of your questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're very proud of the products we put out here at Powertac, and we want them to end up in your hands, especially when you need them. I'm Rob from Powertac. Stay safe.